Creed 3 is finally in theaters. We see Michael B. Jordan coming back as Adonis Creed. We have newcomers like Jonathan Majors. We have a lot to talk about. What did I think about it? Here's my review. Creed 3 is set years after Creed 2. We see Adonis actually retiring from boxing. He's done it all. He's world champ. He's happy with where he is in his professional career. Now he wants to settle down with his wife and daughter and experience that kind of life. Everything's going good, but then his childhood friend Damian comes into the picture, and Damian's been in jail for 18 years for some stuff that him and Adonis did back when they were teenagers. Damian always wanted to be the world champ, and while a friend at first, he will do whatever it takes to be the champ. This is where the movie really shines, in my opinion. Michael B. Jordan is back as Adonis Creed and hasn't really skipped a beat. He's very likable. We've seen his backstory. We like him and what he's gone through. And then he has a little bit more to do in this movie because he is a dad now. Not just to an infant, but now he has a daughter who is fully cognizant of the life that he lived, being a boxer, living this kind of life. And we get to see that real different dynamic with Michael B. Jordan, as well as Tessa Thompson as Bianca. He is a dad now, and I think that changes the character in a really good way. The newcomer in the series, Jonathan Majors, comes in as the antagonist Damian Anderson. Jonathan Majors just keeps stacking up that resume with his acting skills. This isn't a generic villain in a movie where we're told this is the bad guy, this is the person you shouldn't like. We are given a huge backstory about Damian, and with the story and Majors acting, we feel for the guy, and we understand why he's doing what he's doing throughout the whole movie. Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, has a lot more to do in this movie. With the exclusion of Rocky, she's basically what Adonis has left from the whole franchise, right? This is his family now, and now that she's a mom, she has a lot more to do. Bianca is essentially his motivator, his wife, his best friend, and now that she's a mother, just like he's a dad, it gives her a lot more to do, and we see a different type of character throughout the movie. While I really liked the movie, there are some things that we do need to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about, the movie starts off so strong as far as storytelling goes. We get Adonis, we get Damian, and we just keep going at an even pace with the backstory, with the screen time, building up both characters at an equal pace. And then, about halfway through the movie, it shifts directly to Adonis. Damian is basically in the background. They were this close, they had it, they had the right idea, and then halfway through the movie, it kind of just crumbles. Alright everyone, the moment you've all been waiting for, the big elephant in the room, Rocky Balboa. Where is Rocky? He sold the rights to the producer back in 1976. He only had $100 to his name. He was acting out of necessity, basically to just survive. And most recently, Winkler, who he sold the rights to, is developing a new spin-off based on Dolph Lundgren's character Ivan Drago, without Stallone's knowledge, calling him a parasite who is picking clean the bones of another wonderful character I created. The exclusion of Rocky in this movie really kind of takes away from the experience. Now, I've wanted a Creed franchise to step away from Apollo and Rocky and really let Adonis get his own story. I had the same critiques for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, where every villain, every plot point just reverts back to Tony Stark, and we never really got to see Spider-Man have his own story. When Rocky had such a huge role in the previous Creed films, and then there was no mention of him at all in this movie, it's very distracting. Rocky became a father figure to Adonis over the years, and then when he retires, he gets no call from Rocky, or when he comes out of retirement to fight Damian, no words of wisdom from Rocky, not even a letter. I understand that they couldn't use Rocky in the movie because of legal issues. Stallone refused to be in it, and unfortunately that just really hurts the movie overall because of how big of a role Rocky was in the previous movies. And then you don't mention him at all in this. It really does kind of take away from the realism of the movie. The movie starts off really strong. They nailed that. They basically set up the world of where Adonis is now. You know, as a professional, he's retired, he's training these people, the new and up and coming boxers, and then you have his personal life with his daughter and wife. They also developed Damian really well and give him a personality, a motive, and stakes in the plot. But then we rush to the end, and it feels unproportionate in the sense that I wish that they stayed the course because there was a lot more story to tell, but we didn't get that with the movie being slightly under 2 hours. Like the majority of Rocky movies, the Creed movies, this movie's a lot of fun, with a focus on storytelling and action. The acting is top notch, and once you know what happens, you can really sit back and relax and rewatch the movie and take in all the dynamic camera shots, the fights, everything. This one has a lot of rewatchability. In his directorial debut, Michael B. Jordan does a great job. He uses a lot of very interesting anime, Dragon Ball Z type of shots, and it's visually really cool. It feels out of place though for a movie set in that universe and comes off as a bit distracting when it happens, looks really cool, but is a bit distracting. I can't get over how great the story was, and that is because of Damian and Adonis's conflict with each other. It's one thing to say, oh, I knew him from a few years ago, and that's it. But they gave us a backstory to Damian. It let us sympathize with both of them, so that when the final fight happens, it feels heavy, it feels personal, and it feels tragic because we know what both of these men went through and are able to see what they are both the hero and the villain of the story. I'm giving Creed a B+. This is exactly where I wanted the franchise to go. Adonis is a great character who at this point needs to be given his own story and not have the plot revolve around past characters and the decisions that those characters made. Thankfully, we got that. Having said that, the film does feel a bit rushed in the back half, and the complete exclusion of Rocky, acting like he never happened, was very distracting for me. I hope you all enjoyed my review of Creed 3. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you've seen the movie, let me know down in the comment section below. If you liked Michael B. Jordan as the director, did you like the dynamic between Damian and Adonis? And until next time everyone, see you later.